Okay, hi guys, this is Kelly Bell here at Southern Dance Precision, and I am going to do a rope braid hair tutorial today. I know that this year our company dancers will be doing braids down the sides of their head and then connecting them back for a ponytail at the bottom. And some of our parents have expressed like a hard time with holding like 3 pieces of hair together. So I found this other braid that's called a rope braid, and it only requires you to have 2 pieces in your hands at one time. So I wanted to demonstrate how to do that and show it on one of our dancers today, and actually do it in the hairstyle that we'll do for company. Of course, you may just like this hairstyle to do for every day or for school or on your daughter or something like that sometime, or for rehearsals or class. So if you're watching us today, thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, you can certainly just type them in and I'll be happy to answer them as we go along. If you're watching this later, just give us some questions in the comments and I'll come back and answer those as soon as I can. Hi, Tammy. Okay, so today I have with me Miss Ella. Say hi, Ella.
Hi.
I have Ella. Now, Ella has a lot of thick hair. And it's like, if the hair's really thick, it can be really heavy, so that can sometimes make it difficult too for us to get her hair to stay up all day long for a competition. And then she also, it's very short around her hairline, so we often, and seems like she's got a lot of hair, but it's not really thick hair, so it's like we'll lose some of it here. So what I like to do, I don't have any with me today, but in general, I will take gel and rub it in my hands if I'm doing her hair or someone's hair like hers, so that as I'm pulling it, I'm also getting gel worked into the pieces, and then that does tend to help to keep it together a little bit longer. And also you can work on wet hair. Wet hair is always great. Now for this hairstyle, because we're going to finish with a ponytail at the bottom, we wouldn't necessarily want the bottom to be wet, because we're going to try and have a nice curl or a nice like rounded wave look. So for our company kids, you'll probably want to spray their hair wet as you go, or just do the top half so that you can keep working through it as you go. Hi Karen, hi Sarah, good to have you with us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. This is actually going to be my first time attempting this, so I'm pretty confident that it's not going to be that difficult, or confident in my skill set, I guess, to go ahead and give it a whirl with this one. But you just section it out like normal. And this is also, I like to tell my parents, is if your kid's hair is thick, of course, try and start with smaller pieces. If your kid's hair is thin, then you can do a little bit more pieces. Don't feel like it has to be tiny, tiny pieces. So we're going to take this first little section, and then we're going to divide it in half. And then all we're going to do, the first 2 pieces that you take at the top of the head, you twist both of them. So I'm twisting this one to the right, and I'm twisting this one to the left. And then after I do that, I'm going to cross my left hand piece over my right hand piece. And there's that. And then I'm going to go for the next piece, and I'm going to connect it with the bottom piece. So that's now my left hand piece. I'm going to twist it out away to the left, and then I'm going to cross it over to the right. I'm going to have you push up so we can see how this is going. See that right there? And I'm just going to keep going like that. So I'm going to take a 3rd piece now. I've added it into the bottom piece, which was originally the very first top piece, so it was skinny and now it's not. Twisting it towards the left, and then crossing it over to the right. Now, I thought about, why do I need to twist it? Like, I don't think that, I was like, oh, that's probably not super important. If you're just doing a fun hairstyle, it's probably not. If you're doing it for something like this, like our competition, and we want the hair to stay tight and stay in, make sure you do twist it before you cross it over. So now, taking that bottom piece, I just let that piece go. I'm twisting it away from her head, so to the left. And I'll wait till I get it nice and tight in there, because like I said, this is for competition, so we want it to stay really nice and tight. And then I cross it over. Continuing down. Usually once I get, whether I'm doing a regular braid or anything like this, once I get past this piece here where I'm kind of at her ear, I'm going to tell her to tuck her head down. so that I can keep it going tight to the side of her head. And I do like my braids around the side, like closer to the ear, more than going straight down the middle of the half of the back. So if you like cut their head in half, having that piece go down. No, I like it to kind of frame their face. The whole reason I like to do the braid is so that we get a little bit of hair. We can see some hair. It's not a complete slick back look. So keeping it to frame the face is actually what helps you there. All right, so now you're gonna tuck your head for me a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna keep going. And twist. And cross. Sarah Beth wants your hair, Ella. Sarah Beth, you have great hair. Don't worry about needing Ella's hair. Now, if you want me to do this to your hair, Sarah Beth, you know, just come on in early tomorrow night and I'm happy to do it for you. Crossing and twisting. And tuck a little bit more. What I also liked about this hairdo is, as I was watching the tutorial that someone else did on it, was they said, you know, they went back and threw a little bobby pin in here and there, and that seemed like it was like a lot easier to do that than it is for us to do when we have the braids. So I was like, man, that's really just gonna make it a lot easier on a lot of parents. Let me tell you something I didn't do that you should do. And this happens to me at competition all the time. Section out the hair and go ahead and put a ponytail or a clip in the half that you're not working with, so that you don't have to be messing with it as you're going down like I am doing right now. But you know, we'll survive. And yes, like I said, I do that at competition too. I get all like, okay, let's go ahead and do your hair real quick, and then I totally forget to section it out into 2 ponytails before I get started, and I'm kind of paying for it later, but you know. It is what it is, and they all look like they have braids at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. Now I'm gonna say get your chin all the way to your chest, because I'm at the bottom of her hair right now. And so on this part here, it's not really getting braided in, it's just getting twisted in. And that's okay. And even, I'm gonna think, if I don't get all of it in, I can just put it in the ponytail and I'll live with that too. So now I'm going to take what's left. Let me have you turn a little bit this way so they can see. So all I've got left of this half of her head is this one last piece right here, and I'm right there on that neckline. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw all that in with my bottom piece. Throwing all that in with the bottom piece. I'm gonna twist it. And I'm gonna go ahead and twist this one the other way. So I've got a nice rope look here, and then I'm gonna just cross them. And even though I'm gonna end up with hair, a ponytail at the bottom, I'm gonna go ahead and twist this up a little bit so that I can get it secured while I do the other half. Okay. I'm gonna take a small hair tie. Again, if your kid has thinner hair than this, then you probably just want a clear elastic. Hey, Krista. Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. Okay, so there, we're gonna leave that one there. Now I'm gonna have her turn to the other side. Again, we're not gonna talk about how this part is not up to part code because I didn't do the ponytail ahead of time, but the point is that you learn how to do this braid. All right, I'm gonna have to move you up a little bit. Oh, there we go. So I can do this side. All right, so this is obviously her heavier hair, or her heavier head of hair side. I'm still gonna, so now I'm actually gonna try and keep my pieces smaller, or at least what I had on the other side, and not be tempted to take in too much too quickly, because then I'll end up with a big bulk, and I really don't want a big bulk. I want a little bit of hair, but I don't want a big bulk. All right, so got that first section split into 2 sections now. Make sure we can see this, 2 sections. So now we're talking about my right hand. So I'm going to twist out to the right with that one, and I'm going to twist to the left with this one. I just keep pinching here with these 2 fingers to hold it in place. And then I'm going to take my 2 twisted pieces and cross them over. Ella's not tender-headed either, so that is helpful. And again, I know like yesterday we had a parents meeting, and parents talked about how well kids do for other parents than what they do for their own parent. So if you are wanting to try this out, you can find another parent, switch up kids so you could try it out with one that's not their own. It might be a little bit more easy going with you. That would be good. So I'm on my third section, twisting it out, and then crossing it over, making sure we don't have any questions yet so far. I'm going to point out that when I twisted it, sometimes it starts to lump up, like make a big hump, and I don't want that, so then I'm taking my finger and kind of smoothing it out and making it a smaller twist. And that you really don't see that until you go to cross it over, so you just have to kind of stay focused there. Ella, can I get you to tilt your head like your, yeah, that way, left ear to your left shoulder. Crossing this one over and coming down here. There we go. So like I say, I'm taking kind of small pieces here because I want it to stay. Keep smoothing it out as I do it. It's a lot of hair. Oh, we're doing all right, Ella? You're still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Haven't pulled your brains out yet?
No.
Nope, she's doing good. All right, guys, she's doing good. All right, let's cross this down here. We're about to get to that point where I say I like for them to start tucking their chin so I can get around their ears and keep it nice and tight and close to their head. And I know it looks like I am really pulling on her, but this is not the hardest I could pull. All right, so now tuck your chin down. So then I can get around the ear right here and get a good piece. Make sure it doesn't fall out. Twisting away, and then crossing over. And remember, in the end, we're trying to kind of just get like that, you know, braid look, maybe a little bit like a Dutch braid. So having this come up is totally fine. And I'll tell you that if you're doing it as like a fun hairstyle, you know, they went back and kind of pulled pieces out so that it had a softer look to it. And I thought that was super cute. It just won't work for my dancers because I need the hair to stay tight and in their hair all day and up all day. All right, so twisting away and crossing over. And then, yep, tuck your chin all the way down because I'm getting to the bottom now. So, and twisting away and crossing over. If you are one of my parents and you're watching, I'm not saying you have to do this braid. You can do a French braid or you can do this braid, the rope braid, whatever you think is going to be easier for you guys, but also will keep their hair up for the length of their competition day, however long that may be, depending on your dancer. I'm just trying to give a second option that maybe is a little easier to do at home. So, hey Sam, hey Grant. All right, so here now I've got a good bit of extra hair, all right, left over, but it doesn't actually compromise the look that I'm going for in the end, so I'm actually going to leave it. I'm going to twist what I have right here, just so I can get it a little bit tight down at that bottom, and then I'm going to have you turn. Now, if the goal was to have like 2 French braids or 2 braids going down, you would want to add it in, but I'm not going to worry about it because I'm going to bring a ponytail holder all the way around. So this is my other piece. I'm going to take a ponytail holder and just cross the one over the other. And pull it all in together. Ponytail holder. All right. Hi, Miss Ann. Miss Ann just came in. And I'm going to kind of go ahead and smooth out this middle section. Yep. So it pulls really nice and tight. And then I'm just going for the bottom of the head. So I'm pulling tight. Go there. And then I'm going to take out that ponytail holder I did before. If you think it would help you to put a ponytail holder in the other rope braid before you tried to pull it all together, you are certainly welcome to do that. There we go. Pretty nice, pretty tight. Just about perfect. You can go ahead and hold your head up just a little bit. So if your ponytail holder doesn't match their hair, I would probably suggest to take a piece out of the bottom. Comb it so it's nice and smooth. Oops, don't take extra hair out. And wrap it. And if you can, the best way to secure it is by sticking it back in the ponytail holder. But if that causes you to actually lose some of your tension in your ponytail holder, then you can just use a bobby pin, which we might still have one around here. And tuck it up under. I'm going to tuck that into the rope braid so it's not seen. Here we go. I'll comb this a little bit more. You'll see I'm using this to tuck it down in where I want it to go. And then she's got her smooths. And again, if I'd had hair gel, I would have had this much smoother, or if her hair was wet, that would have been smoother too. But it's not bad. And you can take it and tuck it with some bobby pins. If you have a piece that doesn't look like you want it to look, take your bobby pin, shove it down in there. So then it holds it nice and tight. So we're gonna have Ella spin, smile Ella. So she has all these extra hair pieces. So again, this is where the gel would come in handy, or the wet, or the gel and the wet. Someone with her hair, it might need both, but jet and well. And so see, we have a little bit to frame the face, but not too much coming out on either side. So it's just a nice, pretty look, clean look, and she gets to have her hair down low. If you are one of our dancers, our company dancers, we want to either have a nice like hot rolled wave curl to it, or if their hair is really straight, just try and work it so it's nice and neat, and maybe get the end to kind of curl under if possible. I'm gonna let her turn around one more time. See if there's any questions. Looks pretty good to me. Looks pretty legit. I would think this is a French braid if I saw it. Definitely from a stage. All right, so we appreciate you guys joining us today. And if you watch this later and you have any questions, just put them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, have a great day. Smile, Ella.
Cheese.
Bye.